Hi, everybody. This is Madeline Nagler, and welcome to Super Bowl 1025. Just kidding. I know it's not that many, it just feels that way. This is your Super Bowl halftime review, and this year was a cornucopia of performers that I really know nothing about. It was definitely, the target demo was not me. 35s and ups, I would say. It included Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, who's more my generation, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and then surprise guest 50 Cent. A very pleasant surprise guest, might I add, though I was disappointed he didn't do Candy Shop. I think that starts our first point. Why so many performers? Why a million performers? The Super Bowl halftime show, to me, always feels short anyway because you never get to delve into the hits the way you would really like to. And when you have like 15 performers, that cuts it down even more. How do you get Snoop Dogg at the Super Bowl halftime show and then you don't even hear Drop It Like It's Hot? Kendrick Lamar and you don't hear Humble? The only person I could have stand to have heard less from was Mary J. Blige, who did not fit the theme of performers at all. I don't know, she just felt a little bit out of place. I wouldn't have selected her. I thought 50 Cent would have made more sense as a headliner, and Mary J. Blige would have made more sense as a surprise guest. And I ended up wanting more from the surprise guest than I did from the headliner, which I don't think is what you want in a Super Bowl halftime show. This being said, I think Kendrick Lamar is the exception. Rap is a very spontaneous genre. Anybody who's been paying attention to Kanye West's 90th mental breakdown will tell you that both the culture and the music itself is all over the place, relaxed, loosey-goosey. That's kind of what we like about it, is it has permission to be outrageous. The Super Bowl halftime is the exact opposite of all of these characteristics. It is the most tightly wound machine. Every kink is worked out in advance. So I didn't think that the genre lent itself well to the Super Bowl halftime show, but for what it was, I thought they pulled it off. That being said, Kendrick Lamar is the exception. He has a history of well-choreographed performances, whether it be at the Grammys or some other show, AMAs. It felt very authentic to him and his artistic vision. Whereas with Dr. Dre, I felt like he was holding back and wish he could have done more. Also, I would like to shout out a second guest who nobody talked about, except for me, which was Anderson .Paak on drums. I was very excited for Bruno Mars' third Super Bowl appearance, and then slowly it dawned on me that that would not be happening. It was just Anderson. Kind of used to them being a package deal at this point, so that was a bummer. Also, shout out to whoever designed the stage, because that was the most, hands down, most brilliant stage design that I have ever seen for a Super Bowl halftime show. Now, my favorite Super Bowl halftime of all time is Lady Gaga, and it's pretty hard to top somebody who jumps off the roof of the stadium. But I thought that that stage design was well up there with some of the best visuals for the Super Bowl ever. It was gorgeous. It was LA, which is where the Super Bowl was happening. I thought it was a perfect kind of compartmentalization for that many performers, which it was like the Avengers Endgame of 90s rap. Overall, it was no Lady Gaga. I'm still waiting for that bar to be topped. However, I was extremely pleasantly surprised. Whereas I was very excited for The Weeknd last year, I thought that I was a little disappointed by that because of the COVID restrictions that obviously suffocated his creative abilities a bit. This performance, with COVID sort of lightening up a little bit, it seemed really fun. The audience was really into it, and audience participation, to me, fuels my enjoyment at home. I thought that the performers were really fun to watch. You could tell that they were having fun. And it was also nice just to see somebody being casual, like in a t-shirt and jeans at the Super Bowl. It was kind of like a intimate concert for a Super Bowl halftime show, which is hard to accomplish. Plus, Snoop Dogg is like 90 and his joints aren't all there, so he was kind of just shuffling around when he was on stage, and that was really fun to watch. It's like having a dance with your grandpa or something, except your grandpa is a multi-platinum rapper. I wouldn't be surprised if they did more multi-performer shows in the future. They kind of dipped their toes in the water with J-Lo and Shakira, and now this year they added 90 plus performers to that too from before. But For future reference, I would like to see some sort of boy band crossover where we get NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Jonas Brothers, that sort of Super Bowl halftime show. So whoever's in charge, please write that down. But yeah, great show. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. And keep up the good work.